Eat. Just a short video here. Doing the earthquake stuff. Is this a death map? Less chance to block is rough. I'm just going to run a map of some sort. It's good enough. This character right now is a hardcore character. It's like 22 hours and 17 minutes old. 21 hours, sorry. So it's really, really young. Like it's not an old character by any means. It's level 88. Have a pretty decent siege axe. It's the tier 4 fist roll and then crafted fist damage with the bleed roll on top of that. 5 link, some life stuff, pretty decent jewelry. Should probably do it's a bit slower. I can just get the POV or whatever. Guess the belt is like one of my better items. It's really, really good. The shield could be much better. It has no life roll, but it has 5% block and decent amount of armor. And this amulet is also really, really good, but not insane by any means. So yeah. I remember how to play this. He avoided everything, I think. So yeah, the build is very simple. You don't die and people and things around you die instead. You use Seismic Cry to do the exerted attacks. I try to keep Molten Shell up at all times. Just for the extra armor. I mean the extra life from armor. And then you try to hit bosses with the 5th attack. What's done there for a while? Interesting. That's one of the things I don't really know about this character. If getting stun immunity is required. I guess there's shocking round, so might be required. You're stun immune to blocked attacks, which is kind of okay. That's usually enough. It's extra fist here. Don't want that. I got a depths. Yeah, as with all exerted attacks, you will get a huge boost in AoE for Earthquake, along with Fist of War, making it really, really strong. It gets larger and larger. Then you have the last attack, that's insanely large. And the normal one is like that, it's like half. Oh, fusing. I'm currently running a setup that uses Reckoning, so I can, which is the like counter-attack from blocks. So when they get vulnerability, it's linked to Hex-Touch vulnerability, which is really nice for just like getting a bit more damage, because you block a lot of times. There is a cooldown to the Reckoning, of course, but yeah, it's decent enough. Otherwise, it's just to get into the rhythm of Fist of War. you want to use it, you only use Fist of War attacks, which means that you have, I think it's 1.8 seconds or something between them. And yeah, in this Abyss, it was a bit better because like this map I ran, I took damage earlier, like half. They deal 78% extra damage as cold, and it's also shocked ground that increases damage by 35%. So like this is a high damage map. I can't remember if I have the bow set up. I don't want to like weapon switch without knowing. I played this a few weeks ago, so I can't remember anything. Where is he? There he is. Oh, it's in this face. Also, like, Seismic Cry is pretty nice. Like, a very small thing is that since Seismic Cry pushes back, you get a bit of a damage boost whenever they are bleeding. No, I didn't have the bow. And this is also not really the, like, this is a hardcore character, so if you're playing softcore, you could probably drop Fortify as well from Earthquake for even more damage. Let's see, 1.84 seconds with Fist of War. Yeah, like it's a really nice build, especially in the not dying part, and the changes we've seen from the next patch doesn't really change anything except that these nodes now add block to everything instead of just while dual wielding and holding a shield. And you lose this 40% increased damage if you've taken no damage from hits recently. So like it is a bit of a damage loss, but it's not that much. And they've moved this 25% chance to cost bleeding up to this point. So you get 50% there. You don't have to do any chance to bleed on the tree, and you could I think yeah, I don't use any chance to bleed here. But I have some on the tree. Like I have path down here for the 20%, and this node is also really good, and these nodes are decent. I don't have spec'd out from this one, but yeah, you don't really need, so maybe reallocating a few nodes here could be good, like because you will run Blood in the Ice. One thing which is really good to remember for Blood in the Ice is the maim one. Enemies maimed by you take 10% increased physical damage. I run that alongside Flesh and Stone with maim support. So Flesh and Stone maims everything close to you in blood stance, and then they get 14% from maim support, and then 10% increased for Blood in the Ice. So it's like 25% on level 20, I guess, increased damage, which is really nice for the mana reservation. Other mana reservation is Vitality, as high as you can get it, without running out of mana. I could probably run one level higher. And Pride. I would guess you could go Malevolence, but the intelligence requirement is really low. Yeah, I think that's a very short summary of this build. I might be playing it again in whatever it's called. Ritual. Yeah, that's the league. Yeah, see ya.